Hello. Hello. Hollow Knight Nation. I might boost the audio a bit. It's kind of a quiet game. We'll see how this goes. Let me know if it's like clashing with me. This is insane. My immediate thought, just like eating my rice, looking at the stream setup, is wow, these games really complement each other. Like, this is such a hit of soothing. As soon as I open it up, it's such a soothing game compared to Axiom Verge or coming off Axiom Verge. It's just so like, so soothing. My other thought is I remember how the art that I use to make thumbnails and stuff from the press kit, all that official art that you can use for backgrounds, is really nice. I think a lot of my fun, and probably why I got so excited about this game and then burned out and like went numb and then didn't really know that and kept playing immediately, was because the art is so good. Like, the art for both of these screens is just so pretty and cool and alive. Like, oh my god. I feel like I overdosed immediately. I was like, what? And then I froze. And then I wasn't able to emotionally process anything else. Although it is tough having a game premiere during summer 2020 for your life and then not have some kind of emotional burnout with it. Well, hello. Yeah, I imagine it was pleasant. Okay, so this is the Let's Play file, this is the Let's Play file, which I imagine will be interesting for scholars in the future, so I'll keep it here. This is my current run. I call it Hollow Knight 3. I'll keep this file with all of its progress, but I'll delete my first file. Not really any hesitation there. Yeah. So this is the first stream game. Jesus Christ. Steel Soul! No. Look at that gigantically long hook. What does the hook part even represent in the initial one? I guess it's kind of like ornamentation on the soul gauge. This one's highly ornamented. It's badass. No shade. No shade. In the wild... Like, I have to narrate. In wilds beyond, they speak your name with reverence and regret. For none could tame our savage souls, yet you the challenge met. Under palest watch, you taught, we change, base instincts were redeemed. A world you gave to bug and beast they had never dreamed. It's about the Pale King. Ooh, she's purple. Melovaniologists. Oh. So we arrive in the kingdom at an interesting time. The orange. What am I gonna do like a... I mean, I guess this isn't a randomizer, so I guess it's kind of like a Let's Play, right? I guess this is the spiritual successor to the Let's Play. It'll certainly take you through all the Hollow Knight stuff if you've not seen it. Yeah, so that's actually an explorable area. It's just like, it's kind of it's nothing special. You just find it eventually and you're like, oh. Hollow Knight's like Kirby in 2020, where I was like, it's time to play this as much as people think I play this. Everybody associates Hollow Knight with me, but I've only done like 3 files, and I was already just gone on like my second one. Certainly my third one. Oh, this is nice. This is very zen. Streams just got a lot more zen. Sorry, Axiom Verge. I wouldn't exactly call you zen. I guess I haven't played on a TV in a long time either. I miss my spells. I was just playing a little bit of my third file, and I've really come to feel the upgrades as like a natural extension of the bug. It's hard not having them, but that makes it more fun to get them. Wow. I mean, I was numb as fuck when I started my third file, and heaven knows I was numb as fuck when I played my second file, so this is pretty crazy. Yeah, from the Let's Play during 2020 summer to my second run, coming off of devastating stuff at like a super depressed time, and then my third file was in the winter of 2020. Oh, motherfucker. I've not had one single normal fucking day with this game. And even though I'm in Japan, this feels like a much more normal fucking day. Wow, oh my god, that's 3 years. That's 3 years. Yeah, instant nostalgia for a very weird time. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Your great strength marks you amongst us. Focus your soul, and you shall achieve feats which others can only dream. So I always read the higher being thing as being to the player, but that's not really how this sounds. Focus your soul. So others don't have soul power. This art's so good. In so many ways. I mean, I was this. But so many people like my sister wander into Hollow Knight coming off like Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing, just like soft girl stuff. And like I was a pretty soft girl when I found this game, so I'm not really that different. But I was just coming off Zelda, which was like adventure games. But this art's so sensitive. This art's so nice. It just makes you feel good. I think becoming neurodivergent about a Ghibli movie is probably going to help me appreciate the sensitive nature vibe here. I've just been really craving nature-y Metroidvanias. But no, really, like, to approach this as just, like, a soft, reflective nature experience instead of, like, whatever coping I was doing in 2020 is like, oh, to have had that first experience instead. This stupid heart emote thing covers up one word of the most recent chat message. Is there anything I can do? Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's sometimes that the higher being messages sound like they're for us. Like one up here, I feel like is really trying to say like it's okay to use speedrun strats. But it might still be talking to the ghost, the little ghost. I don't know what to call the knight. I mean, I guess he's the knight. Most people call him the knight. Or them. Some people on Tumblr will kill you for not using they, them, which is actually like not... It's not at all wrong. It's actually correct canonically, which is why people get so feisty about it. I think all of the night vessels, how do they call them night vessels? I think all of the night vessels are agender. Like, I think they all have their gender sucked out of them. It's why Hornet... Yeah. Hornet is kind of uniquely marked as being somewhat related to them. Like, they're half-siblings, but having a gender. But Hornet wasn't made for the same purpose as the knights, the vessels. I use they, them for the knight. I have absolutely no qualms with that. I don't think anybody uses anything else for them. This one. Within our lands, do not hide your true form. Let all bask in your majesty, for only this kingdom could produce one such as you. Oh, well, this could be written in a language. Well, it's appearing... This is a very different kind of stream. Although Axiom Verge could be like this someday. It's appearing... It's glowing, right? And we hear, like, whispering. This might be written in some kind of magical rune that only people from the royal family can read. I always read this message as, like, higher being the player, don't hide the majesty of your mad tricks, because only this kingdom could have taught you how to be so badass. But, No, I think these are meant for people returning from the royal family who can read these runes. Evil fucking charm. Yeah, and it's because this is like a super good speedrunning strat. They don't make bugs like these flies every day. You gotta cherish them. Oh my god, I'm remembering my setup from... This is gonna have random memories now. My setup, oh my god. I went into the closet in an August day, just like this, every day for like 5 days. And I would binge as much of this game as I possibly could, which says something. And, oh my god, we just moved in. So I had my monitor on a cardboard box, my mic on like a stool. I had like some of my plushies in there. I sat on a bean bag and tried not to get sweaty. That closet was kick-ass for recording. Wow, I feel it. I remember those days now. Yeah, this one's got corpse physics. Corpse mechanic. So those weren't tic-tics. I guess I don't have the Pokedex yet. I don't have much. Old nail. Old bug. So the damage is being done to the shell. I've been thinking more lately about what the vessel really is, because like I'm realizing how much, I don't know, I've never like been super clear on what the shade is. I'm like, oh, it's inside of you, but no, it's like literally your legs and your arms and probably your whole body, which is so confusing. You feel more spiritual or energy based than physiological. Like if you're just a ghost wearing a cloak and a shell, who gave birth to you? Like, I'm just questioning if the ghost would be gaseous if you put your hand on it, or if it would be kind of crunchy like a bug. The ghost, the vessel, the night. I'm never going to settle on what I call them. But I'm definitely never going to use he, him for it again. It. Oh yeah, you could use it. That kind of kick ass. They, it sounds really valid. Yeah, that was a home studio. Oh, you spoke an incantation. Oh, you spoke an incantation. Yep. No, it was like... It was a dark time. I'm just gonna say, it was a dark time. Majora's Mask, Mommy, Me, and Hollow Knight. It was a dark fucking time. That was really when I discovered my purple side. I don't know how else to say it. And then, I'm sure I've explained to you the Tumblr, autism hands. I'm sure I've explained to you the Tumblr Mommy, Me, Hollow Knight connection, which is so fucking funny, and I've never thought about how personal that feels. Like, yeah, I get that. I definitely get that. No, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I shouldn't even have said that because I can't handle bug crunch. Not fucking at all. But this game's got a lot of it in the audio design. I'm warning you. I feel like I'm playing a Ghibli movie. Like I could talk to my counselor friends and they'd be like, hey, Hollow Knight's better than Ghost in the Castle and the cat's plane. Ghost in the Shell. Castle in the Sky. Fuck that. The other residents, they've all disappeared. Headed down that well, one by one, into the caverns below. Oh, there's so many fucking caverns down there. You're never gonna know that, Elderbug. Used to be. There's a great kingdom beneath our town. It's long fell to ruin, yet it still draws folks into its depths. I mean, that kingdom and those caverns, they're a pretty big deal, Elderbug. Wealth, glory, enlightenment. That darkness seems to promise all things. I'm sure you too seek your dreams down there. Watch out. It's a sickly air that fills that place. Creatures turn mad and travelers are robbed of their memories. It sounds like grad school. Perhaps dreams aren't such great things after all. It is grad school. My bones had a reaction to that thought. For all your mapping supplies, we'll be opening soon. I'm trying to think if there's any languages that the knight can't understand. I feel like they got a good education. And the music cuts out. Like, fuck you. We don't need music over here. This game is so atmospheric. I will often kind of generalize, like, hashtag gamer girls of our age and, like, what games they play. But I will never be unkind, ever, about that type of gamer because, oh my god, my sister is one. She literally, her interests are exclusively Animal Crossing, things that let you swim around and not do much gameplay. Like, she devoured a game called Absu that is, like, a very low-action, artistic swimming game. It's just beautiful, and she devoured it and replayed it one night when I was there. And then Hollow Knight, which is a lot harder than those games. But just the art of it, you know, the art of it on its own, like, there's so many artistic indie games that get by on nothing but their art, and their gameplay is a little bit slipshod or fun or simplistic, but this game, man, you could have sold it as one of those games and it still would have been a conversation. Like, you could have had no fucking gameplay in this game, and it still would have been amazing and spoke to so many people. Oh my god. Then you had to go and fuck up everything for Super Metroid, huh? You had to go and make Metroid Dread become a thing? You had to go and change it, huh? You had to make things complicated for games that came out over 20 fucking years ago. There are labs. I don't know how you remember that. Oh! There are multiple labs. There are fun... There's a nice laboratory and there's a very unnice one. Oh my god, I spent 2 straight episodes trying to fight that boss. Yeah, that was one of my first times where I got the run back and I was able to come back and be like, fuck you. I literally did the whole area without dying once because I was so practiced at that point. Practiced and unafraid. First tick-tick. Like, I'm of the opinion... We're gonna get no gameplay done in this. But I mean, it is the Burnout healing stream, so... I am of the opinion that I wouldn't actually play Nightmare Before Christmas if it were a game. That game is so... That movie is so special to me, and the world is so magical. But I played a game called Death's Door that almost was the first review on this channel, but I was like, I just didn't have the energy to fully review it back then. Which makes sense, because it's taken a lot of energy to do my first review for a game that I'm crazy about. And, like, I really liked Death's Door. Like, it had all the stuff that I like. But I think it was missing that, like, personal, like, love connection, I think. But, it was very much like a Henry Selick thing come to life. Like, the claymation and just amazing sound design. But it was so stiff. Like, to me, it felt very stiff. I would only play a Nightmare Before Christmas game if it were juiced up and cartoony like this game. It's just kind of tiring for me to be in, like, a fully gothic thing with no, like, juiced up cartoonness. Or at least I'm still building my taste. I went to pick up Moon Scars, which I bought last year to play a whole bunch of, and I don't know, I put it down. I just felt like, even I was playing Hollow Knight, right? And I was trying to work on my burnout and just, like, reconnect with it. And then I switched to Moon Scars. I'm like, this would be fun to work on. And it was just too heavy for me. Like, I'm very interested in it thematically and stuff. But, oh my god, the whole Dark Souls, grim, goth thing. It needs to be juiced up. It needs to have the juice for me. Like, I don't know if I've hit my peak as goth. Or if I have to, like, build up a tolerance now that I feel less depressed and, like, go back to it. But, like, there's gotta be juice, man. For me, there's gotta be juice. By which I mean to say, I love this fucking signpost. Or this lamp, whatever the fuck this is with the 3 bulbs. It's amazing. It's really cool. But if it weren't so cartoony, I probably wouldn't feel so strongly. Like, I'd watch it in a movie maybe, but I wouldn't want to immerse and be there. The chibi version of Empire Christmas. That's who I am. Yeah. Exactly. No, but shit, like... I think one of the greatest achievements of our friendship and of this channel and the streams would be if we got you to try Hollow Knight. It is a fucking spine-breaking game. It is so brutal. But I've said it before, and I might be exploring the concept now. I genuinely think if you catch it on sale, at least for like $10 or something, or is it 15? I genuinely don't know how much it starts with. I assume it's 20 now. I don't think you need to get past the Forgotten Crossroads to get your money's worth for this game. That's my opinion. Like, I recommend it to everybody haphazardly. You might not see the end. You definitely might not if you're not willing to bleed. But, oh my god, just fucking Green Path. If you can get to Green Path, I think you've got $15 of game. It's just so special. Oh, I miss all my abilities. I want them back. What's this white stuff that comes out of these? Like, look at that. That's straight up liquid. Well, one thing is, it looks like there's a lot brighter colors on my TV than the stream. At least the playback that I'm seeing looks a lot darker. Like, there's some areas you can't even fucking see on my little OBS replay. What am I looking at here? This architecture is so weird. There's like a gate, and then a circular thing, and then another circular thing. I have no idea. Yeah, it's hard, you know? I don't think it's something... I mean, maybe I should feel a bit more guilty about recommending the game to people who might not beat it, because it's hard to be satisfied. But I think it's the game that can teach people to be satisfied about playing a game and not beating it. Of course, it's really well designed. Like, it makes you want to explore it more, so you probably will be disappointed if you don't, but meh. Oh, that is so okay. That is so okay. I think watching it on a stream for a couple of years or something would probably be a better way to get a sense for it. Yeah, I will say, the trans... For me, at least, like, the trans, autistic, bad childhood connection with the themes goes pretty deep. Yeah, you gotta be in the right mood. Really, you gotta be, yeah. As much as it feels like it's for everybody sometimes, definitely don't gotta be. Hi, Juno! You have really good timing. We're going to Buggersvile. We're gonna find Buggersvile in Hollow Knight. That looks brutal. The thing got wrecked. Yeah, our axiom verge randomizer went really well. And then I realized, like, hey, I could swap games halfway through. And I was starting to feel Hollow Knight creeping up on the horizon, so I've kind of just, you know, started a shot at what I'm calling my burnout stream. Because I really have bad burnout with this game. I was just telling Noreen, like, the 3 times that I've played this were not normal times in my life. Just, oh my god, just, yeah, I open it now and I'm like, whoa, there's just a lot of, like, cloudy emotions. So I'd been starting to, like, nurse the burnout, but I was like, a stream might be a really good way to get back in touch with it. They need burgers. That's why they come here. That's why they go to Hollow Knight. I forgot how much in my Let's Play I would go on tangents and stuff. Like, It's that Zen reflective quality. I think a Hollow Knight stream, like an Axiom Verge stream, is like tier lists and metagaming and like thinking about like, you know, oh my god, if I get this, I get this, and I get this. A Hollow Knight stream is just like, and that's why I think they should stop putting Donald Duck in every fucking video game. After like 7 minutes of going off topic. Which I think sounds really fun. Yeah. No, it's nothing on Hollow Knight. It's nothing on Hollow Knight at all. It's just that I played it once during summer 2020, going through things, on top of things happening, on top of a pandemic. And then I played it, like, bouncing off the horrors of 2021. I was like, oh, it's time for Hollow Knight. I've been waiting to replay it. And then I played it just later in that winter when I was even more gone. Which is all to say, I've never had a normal day in the sun with this video game. Oh my god. This is so fucking pretty. Yo! Werewolf the Apocalypse. Is that the game where everybody has to be werewolves? So is she a werewolf? Did she finish skilling Copper Wire? Everybody bleeds orange. Don't even worry about me. I got this. Oh my god, fuck. That was too far. I was fine. I was emotionally prepared for this room. Not emotionally. I was skillfully ready for this room until the stalagmite fell. I think I'm gonna cry, actually, thinking more about Mommy Me and Hollow Knight. Because I don't know if you or any of your friends keep up with Shiny Colors, Noreen, but one direction that they went involved Luca Ikuruga. I don't know if you know her. She's kind of popular now. And she has her own new unit for the mobile game. I don't know if you know Luca or the Luca Laureate, Noreen. But Luca, from what I've gathered, is like an actual bad person. Like, she started off as a villain. She's this incredibly fucked up girl, and she's just so edgy, and everything about her is just like extremely negative and toxic. And she was kind of like the toxic idol, basically, and she had like beef with one of the new idols, and it got resolved and stuff. Now she's like coming around through joining Tsubasa Pro. But it's really interesting to me because it feels like Mommy Me is getting like old toy syndrome, because like she has a pretty similar aesthetic, although I think she's more like e-girl grunge like all the time, whereas Mommy Me has a wide variety of aesthetics. But Mommy Me's whole thing was like really hip, darker aesthetics, like edgy aesthetics, and like wanting to be a bad girl. But then you compare her with a new character who has like one super edgy aesthetic and is a bad person. And it's really, really interesting to me because the Venn diagram goes so hard, but then it just stops. And then you realize how different they are. And you realize that Mommy Me is just not a bad person at all. She's so... She's like Maki Nishikino if nobody got to her. She's just like an older Maki who nobody helped. Like, she's just that same apathetic, privileged girl, but she stayed alone. I think I've said that before. And I think that's so interesting with Hollow Knight and dealing with like the idea of emptiness and like, the idea that she's so empty and the vessels are so empty. And it's like, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh yeah, I have a lot to learn about Luca because I do like her. She's really interesting. Oh, wow. Oh, it's an offering. Wow. Yeah, you take the electrical engineering out, you offer the cable as an offering to a deity, and then you magically cause blackouts. Oh, it's just different. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you gonna get into that? That's gonna be big. Thank you. Honestly, with the mobile, with like the tap tap game coming, I might be, again, I'm always waiting. I don't know, shiny colors is always around without really like becoming like my main thing. You know what I mean? It's been like my growing block for, why am I doing this? It's been like my measuring stick thing for as long as I've been studying Japanese. But it's like never, and even Mommy Me as like a character in that spot of my brain and like a special interest, like she didn't really take over when the Hollow Knight stuff happened. It still took a while for me to like feel like I was like, oh, Mommy Me is my favorite character now. And then like Jiro showed up immediately, which is, I've never had two characters in that spot in my brain before. God, I am so open about my my brain stuff here. But no, like Mommy Me and Shiny Colors have never had like a dedicated moment, so it's interesting to have another shot at spending time with them and having so much fun. Oh my god. Now why did I put my shade down here is my real question. That little hole is just so interesting. You have to diddle it. The core of the anime is actually, and I pull a Jiro, and it's like Mommy Me goes from being just like a vaguely popular member of Atlantica, and then now she's actually like the anime producer's favorite character, so she becomes major alongside Luca. Oh. Well, if you ever have degrees to which you do want to talk about it, you got the right friend group, you got me, and you got Hollow Knight. Yeah. It's a powerful concept. Oh fuck! My pink gave out. My pink gave out at such a funny fucking moment. Oh, come now. I gotta get back in there. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Yeah, we do the fun stuff during Celeste night, and then we go to Hollow Knight night, and it's like staring the void right in the eyes. I mean, I will say that, like, I guess, you know, everybody has their own reaction to the stuff in Hollow Knight, but I find that it's very peaceful. Like, I think the backstory is the saddest part. There's no sad things that happen in the game. The game itself is all about healing. And everything, I mean, none of the things about healing can't be dark and take you to places you don't want to go. That's definitely real. But, I feel like the game itself is like very slowly looking at something very tragic, but as you look at it, things are getting better and better. And to me, it feels really like peaceful and soothing for that reason in like the deeper way. Like the way that it engages with emptiness is pleasant because we are filling things up as we go. Okay, now this bug does have a physical body. But I think it's also like once you've seen everything, you know, once you understand that it's just like a half ecosystem, half post-apocalypse, third half is corruption of a magical sort. It's not like disturbing. I don't find Hollow Knight disturbing at all. And I do get pretty easily disturbed. But that's just me. You know, I was wondering, I'm assuming that the knight's body is flesh and it's not shade. Like the little legs, those are like flesh, right? Like they grow and they could bleed. Because I was thinking, the shade looked different. Like the shade didn't have legs. I never really considered this, but I was like, is this body shadow or is this body bug meat? Oh, yeah, that's hard. That's really hard. Traffic bar. Traffic bar. I didn't see that. Metro. That's cool. Yeah, that's like, I was kind of addicted to that. I mean, maybe not tragic past, but I guess like the healing post-apocalypse, where like the game itself is very peaceful, more or less. I mean, Cave Story is not really a post-apocalypse, but Kirby Forgotten Land, Pikmin, that was kind of a vibe that I was hooked on last year. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Hollow Knight's definitely flesh. And I remember some animations that prove it. It's not often I do get lost, Cornifer. I grew up in these parts. Yeah, July. Man, when it's just friends and it's Hollow Knight, everything comes out. July 2021 was a really bad. Well, it was also kind of an awesome month for me, but traumatizing things happened in that month for certain. One of my favorite things that happened in that month was my childhood best friend and my sister coming and seeing me during one of our last days at the old house where my sister and I grew up, and saying that they had been watching all weekend Ian's sister play Hollow Knight and her boyfriend, and just like they were both in love with it, like for different reasons. But each of them was just like completely in love with it. Like, what is this game that they're playing? And then via Twitter, my sister found out that I had like a neurodivergent intense interest in Hollow Knight, and she was so shy. She was like, I'm like, what? Like, what game are you playing? She's like, I don't want to tell you because now I know that you know it. I'm like, what? She's like, Hollow Knight. I really want to play it. And I'm like, yeah! The exact expected reaction. Yeah! I don't think either of them ever did, but that was such a fun conversation. I never saw that coming. Like, Hollow Knight is like the gigantic backdrop to like all of my discussion about games on this channel, but it has never taken the foreground. I've never had like the emotional focus on it. Oh, okay, so Juno, I saw that flashback recently, and I've been kind of confused by it, but I think you just said it straight for me. Yeah, the humming brings it back. Yeah, so seeing it happen. Yeah, understandable. Understandable. So Juno, the cutscene we're thinking of comes after a particularly difficult section, does it not? Because I was trying, I saw it briefly, and I was like, wait a sec. And I thought that maybe the vessel in that flashback was the knight that we play as, but it was a younger version of the Hollow Knight, right? That's what I was confused on. Because it would have made sense in my brain that it would have been the backstory for this knight, and why like the love being expressed there would have caused them to be A, the protagonist of this game, but B, also like not fully hollow. But it sounds like there's something I wasn't understanding right about the Hollow Knight. And also that maybe all vessels grow up to be as big as they are. That's interesting in its own way. I am just like, you have all those vessels in the trash. You have all those vessels in the trash, and you picked the one that you loved to be the empty one? Because I always thought that the Hollow Knight was a perfectly empty vessel, but I get the sense that it's not from that cutscene, which is actually interesting. If you think that exclusives for consoles are dumb, wait till you hear how I am about my two Switches. I am so dumb about it. I always am thinking about, like, what if there's, like, games that I only like playing on my classic Switch and games that I only like playing on my Lite, you know? It'd be, like, a Lite exclusive, and it would, like, characterize the console. And I love giving character to consoles, because consoles are really grounding for me. I just really like them. I've been putting a lot of love into my consoles these last couple years. So it's fun to have things that I associate with them. So I've been like, what if Hollow Knight settled as, like, a Switch Lite exclusive? Like, what if that was, like, the game for it? Like, I only really play Cave Story on there. And so far, I really only play Return to Dreamland Deluxe on there, which might stay. And that would be, like, the game. That'd be, like, the game for that console. But I was like, what if Hollow Knight settles there? But as it is, I have, like, 60 hours of Hollow Knight on the main, or, like, the classic Switch, and 60 on the Lite. So it's, like, the most evenly split game. But I say all that because I'm looking at my screen recording again, and, like, it just doesn't look as vivid at all compared to what I'm seeing on TV. Like, I didn't play it much on TV, but it was like that for, like, my first time that I played it, and I am genuinely wondering, like, if part of my funniness with Hollow Knight has been, like, not being able to see, like, the full colors as they are on TV. I don't know. I've never felt that way about a 2D game before, but I'm like, this game's a lot prettier on my TV than it is on the stream right now. Oh my gosh. Then the knight fails. Oh god, so the small ones don't age because they were in the abyss. And then actually the Hollow Knight wasn't perfect and failed. Oh, I mean, we are seeing the failure. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that lore is, like, the only truly sad stuff in this game. Besides, like, the implied moth genocide? I think there is implied moth genocide. I mean, there's other sad things, but, like, the core with the king, that's just that goes the craziest. Oh, we got Luma flies. I forgot there were Luma flies out here. Oh, there's so fucking many. See, Juno, I was saying that, like, I think people can get their money's worth from this game without beating it. In fact, I think they don't even have to get very far. Because, like, I think wandering around these areas is, like, for 15 bucks or whatever, 15 bucks and you can see this, I think you've got your money's worth. Oh. Oh yeah, isn't there a cutscene where we fall and the king just kind of ditches us there? Or the king ditches the Hollow Knight. I'll re-see everything. I'll put it all together more coherently this fall while I'm replaying. If you're reading my mind, you know that I want these lights to be on. Ah. Yeah, it's like going to a movie with no closure. I will say, as hard as it gets, I think the game teaches itself to you pretty well. Like, I do think, you know, oh, all these people who have only played Animal Crossing playing Hollow Knight, what the fuck's gonna happen here? Well, I genuinely do think a lot of people do get further than you'd think because it's got good game design, you know? Like so many people who have never played platformers playing Celeste, myself included. I think part of the appeal is that people get good by playing these games, which I probably did. I probably wasn't this good before. Well, oh my gosh. What kind of company? That sounds awesome. A connection and a good job. That is... Mm-hmm. That's what we dream about. Oh, you deserve a good job. You deserve that right now. That's a good arc. Oh, no, I've been wondering what kind of seasonal food comes out in the winter. Like even just like grocery store snacks, because like I've been excited about apple stuff, right? Like I've been having apple stuff. I know like sweet potato is like a fall thing. I'll have to learn how to cook. But like, what are Japanese winter foods or flavors? Because you've got so much seasonal stuff, but I don't even know where to begin with winter. New England Biolabs. You could do worse. You could do much worse than that name. It's got all the things. I meant to find a bench. I always forget where that bench is. But I kind of pieced out on Gro's mother entirely. Oh, fuck. Joy-Cons. I mean, since I'm here, I guess I could spend my money. Oh, fuck. Well, I guess I need Sly to spend my money. Does Shoal? I guess that would probably be it. Hot pot. Hot pot. Curry noodles. Good evening. We're in Burger Town. The doctor prescribed Burger Town for all of us. Good evening. Good evening. Where's the fucking bug tram? I forget this area so many times. This could be the hallway where Sans shakes you down. If the lighting was different, this place is imposing enough that that could be where Sans shanks you. That's where Reagan died. That's where the Queen died. That's where Frisk dies. Good evening, dear sweet sea salt 358 with the Roxas icon. Yeah, we've been discussing the depths of our heart because that's how the Forgotten Crosswords, that's how it goes. The concept of emptiness, post-apocalypse settings. Bench. Yes, I think I will. What a whimsical and charming setup for your fast travel system. I will say, as much as the hallway, the hallway, as much as the highway is classic, and it's like a really fun part of getting to the randomizer run in AV, it is such an unfortunate fast travel system. Like, I haven't really minded, I haven't really had many moments, but I mean, there are actually some parts of the map that I will not go to. Like, by and large, it doesn't matter, but there are some axiom verge areas I just don't fuck with, because I don't want to walk there. No, I'm feeling pretty fucking good. I was saying, like, there's so much stuff when I look at my little screen, my stream preview thing. I feel like you're just not seeing so much of the, like, the light particles, the color, so much of the stuff that I'm seeing here, I feel like isn't coming through on the Elgato, which is like weird. That's not usually how I feel about the Elgato, but I don't know. I feel like I haven't seen the game this vividly since probably the Let's Play, playing on my monitor. Which means, as I was saying before, what if I switch hard from mixing or even going full handheld Hollow Knight to fucking exclusively playing it on my main Switch? The change of the century. Everybody's favorite drama, which Switches they play which games on. One change is I'm probably going to start playing more on Switch than PC, because I'm just realizing, like, my PC is aging quickly. Like, it had a brief and intense life, and, yeah, it's aging rapidly. Seeing, like, OBS crash last weekend, I was like, really? You're doing, like, 2 tasks. Like, I don't even think I could stream Rayman Legends if I wanted to. Like, oh my god, I don't know if we could. Like, Celeste used to crash. Like, at this point, if I buy a platformer or something on there, it's exclusively not to stream. Unless I'm, like, emulating it. Hey, wait. Wake up. Huh, if you remembered those names. Huh. I wonder how many people remember those names when they meet those characters. Sly. Why is he like this? Why are his eyes so big? He fits his archetype as a shopkeeper so well that it's really funny that they went and added the whole other part of his wife. I think I once tried a shade skip to get up to Zabloobza, but I don't think I was able to get my shade over here. I don't think they want you doing that. Yeah, I was so obsessed with doing things out of order in my replays, which is like, meh. It would have been a lot better to just enjoy it all again, versus going for like an interesting run, capital I, interesting, and kind of maybe zoning out through most of what I'm actually doing. Although I did do capital I interesting runs. I think my second run, besides the Let's Play, I touched every single region in the game before I touched the city. I did a no city run, and I actually got everywhere. I got to the depths, I got to the Kingdom's Edge, I got fucking everywhere. I got through, like, I did a lot of Deep Nest. If you don't want to use the city, you gotta use a lot of Deep Nest. For some reason, I made that, like, my second run, and it was very memorable. Okay, I need my water. It is fucking hot in here. I don't know if I'm, like, losing my heat tolerance or something, but, like, bruh, these days are getting to me. Like, at first it was like everything was funny, so I was like, hey, I'll put up with all this heat if it means I get to be in Japan, but now I'm like, why is it so fucking hot? Yeah, I really love Deep Nest also. That is one thing. That is one thing. Even if I kind of, like, zoned out through a lot of that playthrough, I really came to like Deep Nest. Thoughts. I have thoughts coming. But I gotta get water. I'm so smitten with that art that I'm using as like the pause screen. It's just so beautiful. Like, look at those fucking purple air particles. Like the air particles. They're so fucking beautiful. They did not have to make so many different chimes for when you repeatedly hit that. Imagine hearing it ring in such an annoying way after like decades of hearing nothing. One of the YouTubers that I really like, I was rewatching his video on Muramasa, the Demon Blade, which I think at least Liz knows. It's like that Wii game with like the Japanese vibe. He said that he feels like that Hollow Knight and Rayman Legends are the three most beautiful 2D games of the last 10 years or something like that. And I'm like, I think he's right. having played two of them and seen one of them, like there's something crazy about a really good layered 2D art style that's like hand drawn and like really well animated and full of color. Like that fucks. That'll be timeless, you know. I guess like the way that cell shading is for Wind Waker and stuff, just fucking drawing stuff really well and having it be so detailed and layered, like that holds up. That holds up really good. Yeah, I think it seems cool. If there is a Switch port, I might play it. I've watched this review a few times. I always forget how good of a review it is. It's just a nice video. Yeah, I mean, I love a good heart piece. Layla's moments. Getting heart pieces in Hollow Knight. Everything's a heart piece. Axiom, Verge, Hollow Knight. Fuck it. Fuck it. That's a heart piece. Because heart pieces are like the most... Choose. Like... They're the most motivating shit ever. Like in a randomizer, meh. But like, they're the most motivating shit ever. Even in a randomizer. Yeah. Yeah. I know your husband. I made a tweet about these two. I made a post on Tumblr about these two once. Probably the only time I ever said the word husband on my entire Tumblr. Charting. I know I've posted the word charting before. Cornifer. Sadly, nothing. I know I've posted about Cornifer and Zelda before. There was a meme about fucking military wives or something. I completely forget. It was a riff on that one bumper sticker thing. You charge me for the fucking quill? Kill you, sorry. I'll buy that next. Bapana. Yeah, watch it when they stream it. It seems really cool. It got circled a little bit because like it was just a clever thing where I pointed out the relevance of this one meme to Cornifer and Zelda in some snarky way or something like that. I feel like your excitement taking Appa to go places is a direct measurement of how burned out on Hollow Knight you are. I don't think I gave a fuck for the last couple playthroughs, but now I'm like, yay! Let's ride Appa! Which is mad funny, because I started calling this thing Appa before I watched Avatar. Man, it's like we're having a apartment 2020-2021 convention this weekend. It's the topic of the day. I really, really want Soul Blast. I feel naked without it. I was saying earlier, Juno, I feel like the more I play this game, the more that the great nail arts and the spells, we've talked about how, like, you and I specifically have talked about how, like, it doesn't feel like the nail arts are, like, a natural extension. Like, you kind of forget to use them. Oh, fuck. I'm in the right place, aren't I? Like, you can forget to use them. They don't feel natural. But the more that I play, the more that every single spell and every single nail art, well, maybe not every single nail art just yet, but, no, the more I play, the more I'm missing them when I come back. Like, every single spell for certain. Like, I didn't used to use all three, like, my first time, but, oh my god, no, I need them all right now. I need them immediately. Yeah. Hi, Amber! My Hollow Knight brings all the friends to the yard. It's okay. It wasn't that much Hollow Knight. You've only missed like an hour. And I'm still gonna go for like another hour. It was kind of random. I think I debated messaging you like an hour ago. I'm like, I don't want to be annoying, but I know that everybody would want to see the Hollow Knight stream. I'm glad you made it, though, to see part of the inaugural Hollow Knight stream. This wasn't planned. We just got extremely lucky with the randomizer. Like, stupidly lucky. I'll have to make a randomizer diary sometime, because, oh my god. I don't know, but I don't think anything sexual I ever think about involves Little Knight. Yep. Yeah, this is, I only just started an hour ago. I made a new file because I have such burnout with this game, and I wasn't sure how to approach it, but I was starting to feel it coming back for its rightful place as, like, the fucking game of all time on this channel. And then Noreen and I were talking about what to do after the Axiom Verge stream, and I was like, well, maybe I won't run straight into a second seed or a third seed. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, this would be a really funny way to get back to Hollow Knight and, like, freshen things up. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry when you don't live in the same city anymore. I'm, like, gonna cry. At least, like, I'm assuming his parents are gonna keep that place. It's so nice you guys get to hang out. What? Well, that'll teach me how to play Dark Souls. Fuck you. Don't do it twice. Oh, you did it twice. I don't know where he is. Okay. Go into your state. I don't have any soul. Okay, I need one mask. Just one. Maybe two. Yeah, let's get this going. Oh! Can't do that. Oh, you can't do that. This is bad. What say you? Oh! Yikes! Oh my god, how did I get that both times I needed it? Tap, tap, heal. Tap, 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 heal. Tap, tap, tap his face. Do your worst. Not that. How about you? Woohoo. Nah, I'm peaceful. I just don't want to have to redo this. I'm not gonna embarrass you, buddy. Get back up. Get back up. Oh, it's still going. Maybe I do want to embarrass you. No, we're good. Get over here. And she's coming in off of the bleachers. So yeah, I have a bit of a knack for timing in this game. That's bullshit. No, I was amazed. I was like, I need this hit to knock him down. And then it happened twice. Agender and asexual. Sounds fine by me. No, this isn't a randomizer. I would have to. I am interested in that. Jesus Christ, that's so funny. I kind of forgot about this creature. No, I would be super interested in a randomizer, but I'm not really interested in streaming it off my laptop because I don't think it's strong enough. Like, maybe I'll rebuy it from my Steam when I have a better computer sitch, but like, my computer is pretty solid, but I don't think it's that solid. I don't think I could run Hollow Knight and stream it because Celeste like crashes when I try. I think I've seen it. I think I have. But I think a big part of this is that I feel like my heart needs to spend some time with Hollow Knight. This is a run for my heart. We will do, yeah, there we go. This is a run for my heart. Someday we will do runs for glory, and some days we will do runs for fun. Like, I think a randomizer would go hard as fuck if I figured out how to do it. But for this, I did a couple runs after my first one, and every time I played this game, my life was just in such a dark place that I just feel like I couldn't like properly appreciate it, and I kind of burned out on it. Like, I feel like I have a lot of hard feelings with the game. Not like its fault. I just like have a lot of dark emotions stored in this game, and it's hard to like really like enjoy it because of that. But now my life feels, knock on wood, kind of normal now that I'm settling down on the other side of the planet, and everything just tastes so much sweeter. My heart's enjoying it so much more deeply now, and that's what I've really been wanting. Because I call it my fourth favorite game, but I never think about it. Like, what the fuck? Look at those little pointy things on those little skulls. Like, that's so cool. I'm enjoying it in the way that an Animal Crossing turned Stardew Valley turned Hollow Knight person would now. Mace bug. I've seen randomizers where... Oh my god, I need to grab my Japanese sweat towel. I've seen enemy randomizers. Do enemy randomizers ever swap Mace Bug into unfortunate places where he cannot be defeated? Liz and I used to talk about how speedrunning or randomizing or anything like that, like modding this game, seemed unholy because the game felt so alive, which is like such a good take. But I have played it enough now that I do want to fuck with it, and I do see it as a game. But that's such a fun take for like your first time playing it. It is such an alive game that it would feel weird breaking it. Oh, it's too fucking hot. Oh, it's too fucking hot. It's nice having the AC unit above my gaming setup when I'm gaming. Not so much when I'm streaming. Yeah, the Hollow Knight Vortex. Do it. Please. Oh, now I'm gonna go fuck with that other enemy. I love how cute they look in this art. Oh my gosh. They got the little arms. Oh my fucking god. They're just like us. Yeah, it is. It's right above the microphone. Waking up in a cage after that is so ridiculous. Like, I get so sensitive. I get so soft about the snail mages in their other versions. But it's funny that we get to that point after meeting such an asshole the very first time. Look at this. This is such a cool area with its own stuff. Vengeful Spirit is so good. I used to say that because of the sound design, it felt like pulling out a pistol in a fist fight. Because you're like slash, 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 slap, slap, slap. Pew, pew, pew. Like, it's just such a power upgrade over the slash, but now it is just like ingrained into my brain. Like, it feels wrong not to have it. They are. They really are. I'm craving the upgraded version so bad that I'm like, I'm gonna rush right there and do whatever I fucking have to. Do any of you, I have so many friends here who can answer this. Do any of you remember where the key is for the upgrade to Vengeful Spirit? It's for that room in the Soul Sanctum. I might listen to Beach House again. I haven't listened to that much Beach House since I got to know them for the Hollow Knight thing. To anyone who doesn't know, my relationship with this game began with a Let's Play that I did. And I locked myself in a closet when I moved into an apartment with Liz, and I would listen to Beach House instead of the game audio because I didn't have an ability to listen to the game audio while recording. And yeah, that was my first time ever listening to that band. I'm like, I've heard this band is good. I love Radiohead. I bet I'll like it. And that was my first time listening to them. So that was like a very magical game music experience, which I would never recreate now because like, I could not divorce audio from game like that at this point. Maybe another reason I'm burned out is like my first time, I wasn't even like listening to the game. Like I was so out of it. I don't know. I was so out of it. It's not easy. Party like it's 2020. Party like it's August 2020. No, it's not easy trivia. I don't get that in every game. I mean, like, to even remember the name of the fucking key is hard, but it might be like the Sanctum key or something. I don't think it's the mines, because I think that's the shop key. I think that's Sly's key. Sly has the elegant key, but his second stock, you need shopkeeper's key from Peaks Forest. Oh, the elegant key. I got it. You really are. I know you have like boundless Hollow Knight knowledge. I'm very grateful for. Now I play Metroid, so I get these references. I remember, God, Liz could probably remember conversations I had where I'd be like, I like this game. I feel very spiritually connected to its game setup, but I would never play Metroid or Castlevania. All I'm gonna play is Zelda and Kirby till I fucking die. Then dark things happened. Oh, Soul Catcher. A good gift. This person's so wacky. Oh, there's orange particles in the air. There's particles of orange in the air. This game is so fucking cool. You can see the infection in the air. Arrgh! Why are you keeping creatures in here? Borderline unethical magical practices. Oh my god, yeah, you probably know as much Hollow Knight as I know, like, bizarre Nintendo trivia at this point. What you routinely... You are what you eat, but also you are whatever you routinely watch on YouTube. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. I think I'm gonna bank on doing this again next Saturday. I can't think of anything right now that would come up. Knock on wood. I mean, I'm not going to be in a rush to do anything. I can't think on Saturday morning. So at the moment, I'm going to plan on Saturday morning, Friday night, going back to that time. It's more fun to call people with the crossover time on Sunday. I thought I had the... Oh, I haven't equipped it. Yeah, the Hollow Knight content community is one I've never engaged with, but I'm like passively aware of. My only connection is one of my favorite YouTubers made I think a pretty great bad review of it, where it's part of his larger series on Metroidvania reviews, and he starts off with it because he makes so many good points about not weaknesses of the game. I mean, sometimes weaknesses of the game, but you know, things that people should be a little more aware of when they call it like the only good Metroidvania or like the best Metroidvania or whatever, because it is a very quirky Metroidvania. And I just kind of, you know, of course in those comments was a Firestorm, and there, I don't know if you know, Mossbag is like a big name in the community, and he made this like ridiculously long essay comment like trying to like defend Hollow Knight or whatever. Like it got people pretty mad. And then Nero just did not acknowledge it at all, except for making jokes later about people like making fun of him for not being intelligent enough to enjoy Hollow Knight because he just doesn't like Souls games or whatever. But that is like the extent of my engagement with the fandom. So I do worry. I mean, I'm ways away from this, but I worry about Hollow Knight fans and their place in this channel. If I do cultivate a following of people who do really like these kinds of games, I do fucking worry about people who like know 95% Hollow Knight and 5% any other Metroidvanias, like coming in with takes about game design, because like there are so many good games to play that I take into consideration when I talk about Metroidvania game design. But I feel like in terms of like volume of conversation, like 80% of the internet's conversation at this point is probably about one game, and it's one very, very unique game. It's longer than all the other ones. It's more spine-breaking. It's more punishing, less rewarding. It's very distinct. It's very, very distinct. Yeah. But at this point, honestly, the only thing that I forget is like the specific rooms benches are in. So at this point, I'm just gonna fuck around because I have my spells. So I'm just gonna fuck around and maybe get a few more charms. Oh, I'm gonna do the boss, right? I wanted to do that boss, and I know where he is, so I think I'm fine without it for now. But I could put Soulcatcher on. I could put Soulcatcher on if I'm gonna fight him. But honestly, it's less about charms and more about keeping my wits about me. Soda Lake, near the core, statue of Gardevoir. And this is a subtle reference to the proximity of the Queen's Garden and the ancient green path Buggersvile. It represents our positioning in the western part of the Forgotten Crossroads. It is another subtle way that Hollow Knight reminds us that Hallownest is intimately interconnected with itself. That's how Hollow Knight videos sound to me whenever I watch them. I've only watched a couple. I like Game Maker Toolkit. I think his videos also had, I never think about it, but his videos had a lot of impact on my thoughts about game design. And he has a really lovely video about how the maps work here. A grimoire weapon. Like a magic science power book. TennoCon? Is that a Warframe thing? Maybe like the producers. There we go. Although is Fury of the Fallen 1 or is it 3? It's 2. Look at them drooling back there. Look at all those faces drooling. Everybody's fucking drooling. I need water, but I'm not gonna put you on pause. Oh, cute. Everybody's drooling at the onsen. Oh my god, I wanted to talk about this. Now I have even more people to talk about this with. I really hope that we get more spider content in Silksong. Like, I don't know if it's like a given or anything like that, but like, I want to know more about the spiders from Hollow Nest in Silksong. Whether it's a prequel or a sequel or whatever. Like, I really want to know more about them. They're so cool. Like, we were talking about Deep Nest, and like, yeah, like, the spiders are so fucking interesting. Like, the weavers, they're not here anymore. They're just like these balls. Like, they're so interesting. Like, I like the mantises. I like that we meet them and they have their own stuff. But I think, and the moths seem very interesting too, but I'm the most interested in the weavers and the spiders. Glitches? Huh. Oh yeah. I didn't really know about the glitches and stuff. Like, I feel like a lot of it, like, they just kind of... and I feel like a lot of the glitches have worked out. Or, like, you know, whether or not they're glitches. Like, a lot of, like, the kinks have just kind of been, like, accepted by the speedrunning community is how it seems. But, no, because, like, you know, I wouldn't, for example, like, I wouldn't come for a game like Ocarina of Time over its glitches. I mean, that's an older game, too, and it was, like, pioneering 3D stuff. But I wouldn't come at or like, you know, speak badly of Hollow Knight for like glitches or stuff like that, because it was like one of their first fucking games. But I think what I like about Hollow Knight criticism is pointing out just that other Metroidvanias are a lot kinder to you. Like, because of the Souls influence, it's a very long game, right? But it's also very, very punishing, and it's not always that rewarding. Like, Metroid will drip you constant missile upgrades, for example, and a lot of the places that the least exciting upgrades from Hollow Knight are, like, money. And money in Hollow Knight is, like, I think it works well enough. Like, it's not a terrible economy at all. But compared to a traditional Metroidvania, you're getting a lot less permanent stuff you can keep every time you discover something. So somebody who plays a lot of Metroidvanias, I think, would be kind of shocked by losing all of the stuff. You know, say you lose your shade after exploring an area, you can permanently lose a lot of your upgrade stuff. And that's the kind of, to be clear, I don't think that Hollow Knight needs a lot of criticism, but I like this video a lot because this is just one person who knows a lot about the genre, who just didn't click with it and had a lot of bad experiences, and like can appreciate the good parts for sure. But it helps me appreciate when I play other games, like, oh man, I sure am glad there's a save room next to the boss door. That's convenient, you know? Because, like, I think my relationship with Souls games... Fuck. My relationship with Souls games isn't, like, that, you know, well established yet. So I do think that, like, looking at aspects of, like, other Metroidvanias that are friendlier... like greater diversity in area aesthetics, greater diversity in music, like stuff to keep things fresh. You know, this game can become a little, not only stale, but it can also become a little bit like brutal and punishing. And that's just not something that I ever hear people talk about. And a lot of people like got on his case for saying that, but the more Metroidvanias I play, the more I like this is the most austere one. Like, you know, I play other ones that might have harder stuff in it, but not by much. They don't have 90 boss rushes where if you lose one thing, you die. Like, this isn't normal for the genre. It's awesome, and I think it's really, really cool, and it upgrades the replay potential. But I do, like... I very much appreciate the awareness that, like, this is the sternest, hardest most punishing Metroidvania, but it's also the longest one, you know? So it works out. It kind of works out in the end. Oh my god. Pan 5. All your Geo. Yeah! Like, I'm not trying to say the Hollow Knight's a bad game at all, but I think I'm trying to point out things that make it unique, which is that it is the darkest fucking souls of the, like, indie masterpiece ones. Like, Axiom Verge might not have the friendly art style, but it is a way kinder game. It will not break your balls. It won't break even one of them. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's focused on a more smooth experience. It's a smoother experience. Hollow Knight is so hard and grim, which is awesome, and it fits the world. You know, at the end of the day, it fits the world, and it gives people a lot to play, and it keeps me coming back and honing my skills, and that fits the world and its story so well. Like, every time I come back to this game and I feel stronger, there are so many measuring blocks to measure myself against, and I really appreciate that about it. But if you're a completionist, if you're a fucking completionist who just feels obligated to blow through this game, this is gonna leave you charred. It's a very bad way to come to this. Yeah, exactly. I think we have to get more spidery stuff because of Hornet. And if it's a prequel, which people have kind of theorized, maybe they're still around. She's so cool, Hornet. Hornet icon in chat. I don't want to do this anymore. The first time I did it, I had more focus, and now I'm doing it now with my spell, and it could be easier, but I don't want to do this. How fucking hot is it out? It's only 32. What is this? I was saying Hornet's cool. We were talking about pronouns for the night, and I think I've settled on they, it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because those... it's fun having him here as a challenge, and I've done it without those before. But it is just like, he kind of just takes your heart. Take your heart. He kind of just like takes your heart with the orange goop. Because like, there's no dodge part. There's no dodge part. I feel like I need Shade Cloak. Yeah, it's just like kind of... he gives you no time to heal, right? But all I can think of doing is healing after the wave of orange goopies comes by. For the knight, the little knight. The little ghost. I've been calling them Knight, Ghost, and Vessel. And sometimes Little. But I've been using they, it, because I think they're genderless, and I feel like that's kind of fun. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like a little nervy about the weekend being over and going back to the week, but like, it was a good weekend. And also, I really enjoyed my first week of work, even though like first weeks can be exhausting, and I got like a dehydration, overstimulation type headache at one point. That was fucking fun. I really like being in schools. I really enjoy it right now. I feel like I've been adopted by one of my two main schools. I have these two main schools that I go to a lot, like 2 or 3 times a week, and then these two other schools that I go to like 0 to 1 times a week. And I don't know. I feel like I feel really happy, especially at one of them, where like a couple teachers have been like adopting me. Oh shit! The shade skip nobody wanted to do. Get over here. No, it's like this cycle. There's one school where nobody talks to me at all because the one lady I was supposed to work with wasn't there, and it was summer vacation, which has kind of been the problem. Is summer vacation, it's like there's no work to do and nobody here. But at each office, like the fire spreads of like the Aria Sensei friend group, where like somebody will figure out, or like, you know, someone will be like, hey, like, you know, don't forget to include Aria Sensei and things. And that's how people remember that I speak Japanese. And then we start talking and more people start talking. And this one school I really like, everybody's so friendly. It's very casual. And I was super intimidated, but that's where like this lady who sits in front of me, who's like, I think kind of a secretary, she's been like really cool about like, you know, we became kind of friendly. And anytime somebody new comes by, she like helps me like meet them. And we had lunch together with her and her friend and another teacher, and it was so fucking fun. It was so fulfilling because like we went to like a classical Japanese place, and I don't know, I was really happy that I knew the customs and stuff. And they're like, yo, you eat fucking natto, you can do this. And I'm like, yeah. And I don't know, all the training I camp paid off. I was able to like have a good time and not be confused by like all the Japanese-ness of like the meal. Very different from American lunch. But no, I've been mad happy with my language skills too. Like I'm working on it every day. It's like a huge focus. But just having the conversation like at lunch was so fulfilling. Just like hanging out. And like these people talk like any other women would, like in my life, like any other, like, you know, like I came halfway around the world. I came like all the way around the world, and like, you know, I'm just talking to these people who talk about the same stuff my aunts talk about. It just took me 5 years to figure out the language. Like, I came all this way, and people are so similar, you know, in some ways. And I just felt like, I don't know, like hanging out with my aunts. I don't know. It was really fun. There's a whole office meme now because I got into our local idol group, which are kind of a meme themselves because they're trying to be like the face of the prefecture. And I got into them way before I knew about the prefecture because of Spotify when I was listening to idol music. So I was like, are you fucking kidding me when I found out I was going to their prefecture? Because they're local idols, so they're like very tied to their prefecture. And it was just so fucking funny. Like I found like one of their idols, like my favorite album by them, like I knew that it was named after the area's Meibutsu, but now I'm like, those are my Meibutsu. That's what I eat. Like, it's so fucking funny. So they were like, why did you know that group before you knew the prefecture? And I'm like, I just Spotify. They're like, oh, you're a real fan. Like, name all their songs. It's become like a meme. So it's really fun. Like, starting off in a new place is so hard for me socially, but I'm trying my best, and so far it's been really fun. And even beyond that, it just feels really good to be a part of a big open office where like there's no cubicles, you know, like the Japanese office setup is really interesting to me. It's like there's no border, there's no like walls or anything dividing us. Like it's just a giant room full of everybody. So it feels like you're a part of a big thing. I find myself saying we a lot, even though I've only gone to these places like 3 times. That's true, Juno. That's true, actually. I'm so used to going in there illegally, but they are probably expecting I at least have the moth cloak. Forget about she, they. I'm using they, it. Forget about she. No, I use she, they still. Yes, the gendered child. Yes, Tumblr knows this. Tumblr tells me about this aggressively. I might see them live. I certainly could. I certainly would like to. But the idols I want to see live first are what the fuck? More of those bugs flying into windows and killing themselves. The idols I want to see first are actually whatever ones come down to the club. There's a VK club that I've been like dipping my toe into, hoping that people will accept me. And in addition to VK artists and like indie rock groups and stuff, and DJs, indie DJs is what I saw the first night. Just like people from the social scene there, just like trying to be DJs, which was really funny and chill. There's a ton of local idols. Like there's a ton of idol nights and stuff. So I already know one group because somebody whipped out their banner when one of the DJs played one of their songs, and I'm like, yo, like, dark heavy metal local idols like from our area, like fuck yeah, I'll stand them, and I like their 2 songs they have. So I want to go hang out there more and see more of the local idols from the city, because there's a good number of them that come through. Seems special. Seeing even just like an idol DJ during the DJ sets, I was like, it's so fun. It's so fun in real life, like supporting this little idol girl. She was just like so charming. She was like doing her set and she was so sick as hell and everything. And she'd like her little dances and I'd be like, I would die for you. I feel like outside of idol Twitter, where you're either like a hentai freak about an idol, an anime idol, or you're like, this character is me. Like seeing an actual idol and getting that experience of supporting them is totally new to me. Like I've never really had that pure idol feeling of like, you're charming and I'd die for you. It's really new to me. Yeah, I'm starting. I'm trying my best, you know? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess. It's a little hard, you know? I feel pretty overwhelmed sometimes, too. Like, as soon as, like, I'm not talking to somebody, or God forbid I'm not doing something, Liz knows what I was doing on my Friday. I just don't often have a lot of work to do. It's just such a fucking low-key job. I get so nervous because, like, everybody's looking. But also nobody's looking. I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very happy here. Very happy here so far. It's fucking hot, though. I left work with like a dozen jelly donuts after school lunch. Because like we had school lunch and we're all eating the same stuff and there was a ton of leftover stuff and I was like, hey, that was like super good. And she's like, oh, do you want some? And then she made it into jelly donuts by hand and I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? And she was like, you can have them. Like, you have like a microwave? And I'm like, yeah. So I brought home like 8 fucking jelly donuts. I have more now. I hope they're still good. I have just been living off of them. They're so tasty. They're kind of, it's like, you know, I knew jelly donuts like a big thing in Japan, and like, you know, obviously I eat rice, so it's like, I could make these, but actually getting them from like a konbini and stuff is like next level. They're very tasty. Oh, we're back. No one's getting spanked with this nail. Oh, I could talk to Quirrell. Did you get it? Did you get the joke? He's gone. You understood. You understood. There we go. Yes! Good job, everybody. Good job, everybody. Nailed it. Nailed it. Yeah, I said that the rice was good. And then she's like, do you want to take it home? And she started balling it up and gave me all of the rest of the rice in ball form. And there were like 8 of them. That was a snipe. Good job, everyone. I used to follow some translators on Twitter because I thought that would like get me into the industry or something, and they posted like a translator bingo, like a localization bingo. I think it was like kind of specific to Japanese English, and 2 squares were jelly donuts, and then one of them was just Fire Emblem Fates, just Fire Emblem Fates wholesale, which is a really funny thing. Like professionals being like topics that come up in our field, jelly donuts. Fire Emblem Fates. Did they censor your rice ball emote? Where did did it go? I never saw it. Yes, this is the local rice, much beloved by residents. This is a pretty good stream game. Rest of us, Geo. Gathering swarms for the new world. I'm poor again. Spam onigiri in the chat. Spam Fire Emblem feeds. Fuck that game. That game I love that game so much more than the other Fire Emblem game I cursed out. But I've documented my hatred of Three Houses multiple times on this channel, I now realize. The way that game, like, I didn't know if Azura was your cousin or not. And then, like, things got so complicated. And, like, I still don't know what Revelations does. But I'm like, no matter how they flip this, it's not good. It's like, are the Hoshidans your cousins? Are they your siblings? Are the Norians your cousins? Are they unrelated? Are they your siblings? Is Ashura a stranger? Is she your cousin? Like, no matter what revelation they do, it can't end well. There's no revelation that doesn't have incest in that game. There's no way to take the incest out of that game. I know. They're so essential. Though I will say, one thing I'm looking forward to in Silksong is, like, things are very simple in this game, and I've mentioned that. Like, I have a video I did last year where I talk about how it's just like slashing spells, big slashes, and then charms, which are just modifications of those things by and large, unless you're like summoning a bunch of bugs, which is really fun, and I think really does pull out from how good it is to control the little ghost. But I am so excited by just like the depth of complexity in Hornet's moveset so far. I think just having more systems, sub-weapons, more stuff like that is going to be really interesting, because they already made a good game around a relatively simplistic moveset. It's going to be cool to see it go further. And I just say that because, like, I do feel like no matter how many times I play this game, I only use, like, Gathering Swarm Compass for exploring, and then, like, maybe I'll do, like, Grub Song or, like, Soul Catcher while I'm exploring. And then if it's time for a fight, I'll do, like, maybe Long Nail? Maybe I'll be a mage, and I'll do Soul Catcher and Soul Eater or something like that. And it's always pretty simple, you know? There's so many charms, but I only use, like, 7 of them. And I am, you know, that could be better. That could be more interesting for sure. A lot of them feel either gimmicky, or I use them every day, which isn't the best balance. Well, I must say, I don't want it finished, so I guess I won't? I don't know. I want to see Green Path. While I'm really immersed in it, I want to see Green Path at least. Just a little more. Maybe 20 more minutes or something. Sorry. The tick-tick paused. The tick-tick Pikachu. Oh yeah, Sharp Shadow. That is a constant and a classic. There's like the Long Nail Sharp Shadow personality, and then like all of the magic spells personality. It's really fucking wet here, isn't it? Everybody's related in that game. Everybody's your sibling. They were like, let's make the datingest sim game of all time, and also the familiest game of all time, and nothing could possibly go wrong. Give us the most possible fucking family we could possibly have. Give us 5 siblings twice, and then a bonus sibling who's really your sibling. Like, that's a lot of fucking siblings for a dating sim. I think you're towing the line, Atlas. Was I meant to fall? Can I make that jump? Wait, I'm doing a game design. I I was like, I knew things changed in Revelations, but I also knew that they did not make it better. Oh, what if we can do the Hornet skip today? I've never been able to... Fuck. You know, this definitely forces you down and subliminally plants the impression that you would like to go a bit further horizontally and makes you wish, oh, I wish I had a moth cloak like she does. Oh, we're in the soda. Look at the fucking particles. Look at the fucking particles. Oh, all the fucking particles. Green path, green path, green path. The blue maid dragon sister. What? Blue maid dragon sister. Is this the fish dragon? Is this the fish dragon who dies? Your blue maid... Thank you. I'm glad you got that joke, Liz. I'm glad you got that joke. That was a bit. That was like a joke. Is this the blue version of the pink and blue? No, she can't. No, that's the ice. That's the ice maid. Is the fucking fish related to you? What is wrong with this game? She has like 7 pieces of dialogue, and when she's dying, she's like, I was your fucking sister too. It's like, why? It does sound that way, Noreen. The fridge fish. Why? How do they reveal that? What is up with Lilith? Oh no. I love it. My heart's doing a heart. My heart's doing a heartbeat. I want to read its mind. I need my dream nail. They got particles. Even the pollen's animated. Why? Why is this a game about killing when it could be a game about loving? Look how small their legs are. Look how dark their face is. This is a Pokemon to me. Oh, I did a tier list on my Tumblr of how much things are Pokemon to me. I forget where Hollow Knight ranked. Lower than Castlevania, but I don't think it was any lower than mid-tier. Disgaea characters are Pokemon to me. Especially the monsters. You can battle and collect them, and they're your friends throughout the series. Castlevania monsters are Pokemon to me. They're all very legendary. They have lots of influence from, like, mythology. They're recurring as fuck. You can always, like, kind of capture their powers. I think Hollow Knight enemies are kind of Pokemon to me. They're, like, very much people, which is kind of where you get to the mid-tier, where, like, Animal Crossing villagers aren't really Pokemon to me. They kind of are, but they're also way too sentient. These guys were sentient, and they're pretty equal to us, but they're also Pokemon. You have to consider that. That is so obscure, Amber. Floating moss balls? I'd like to know that. And this one is Stinky. Oh, I need juice. See, one thing you might not know about Hollow Knight. One thing you might not know about Hollow Knight is those little birds are pointy, and they have an overall triangular shape, right? With a cloak. The only character we know with this kind of long head, triangular shape, mask, and like a triangular cloak, that's right, it's Hornet. This is just another beautiful way that the game foreshadows Hornet because it's so lovingly made. Which I'm bullshitting, but I like the bit of pointing out things, whether or not they actually were intentional or not. Largely they are intentional, but because there's so much intentional, beautiful stuff to point out, I feel like I can bullshit and pretend that some of these things are foreshadowing and symbolism. I watched a video, I will not call it bullshit, but I did watch a video of somebody going hard on like metatextual, like defying severe expectations as some kind of connection to video games in the Castlevania anime. And I didn't fully buy it, but it's also hard to disprove it. Which just had me like, when you get to something as much of like a masterpiece as Netflixvania or Hollow Knight, it's like you can say whatever the fuck you want and it might be intentional. There's enough intentional stuff that you're like, yeah, well, the author was also foreshadowing Hornet. Hornet is a bird. Marimo Moss Balls. Hello, hello. Oh my god, they're in the water? Yeah. Yeah, I should tell my sister about these. She probably already knows about them. See, this is a Pokemon. This is a Pokemon. This is how, that could be a Pokemon. That could be a Pokemon's inspiration. Although Charles Martinet recently stepped down from being Super Marimo, so I don't know how they're gonna make that game. Give me your soul. I want to heal my shields, my masks. It's like an itch to scratch, but I want to save this for catching Hornet with my advanced technique that I've never even gotten close to doing. Look at that noise he makes. That's a Pokemon. Oh yeah, this first. It's kind of overwhelming how beautiful this is. Alright, watch me. Oh! With Satan as my witness! Fuck. That's the closest I've ever gotten, though. Can you give me a rejuice? I hear you burning. Somebody, juice me up. Fuck. Almost like I could just fucking jump it, but I can't. Well, we tried. I tried real hard. I'm going back to the other room. It was beautiful. I said juice. Oh my god, my room's becoming a sauna, so I gotta go. Well, I streamed Hollow Knight. Can't say I didn't stream Hollow Knight. Now I'm gonna emotionally process this and stream Hollow Knight again. We're on the road to recovery. Not just burnout, but a grand comeback. Playing Hollow Knight does feel fulfilling. There's like so much to do. There's so much depth. There's so many people to talk about the things you've done with. Like, yeah, I've beaten Pantheon level 7. It took me 7 months. No one can take this from me. This was my Green Path prologue stream. When the words stop coming and they don't start coming. Plus 15, yeah. Every day. Every day. Alright. Thank y'all for coming. This is very chill. I gotta go to Don Quixote and return a pan lid from the pan lid arc. I'm gonna take the train! I still like it. I do it every day. Sometimes it's scary. I still like doing it. Thank you for coming. Thanks for coming. Thank you for coming after work. Just good night, right? Good night, everybody. Definitely not going to play Hollow Knight after this. No way. I'm gonna go right to my day. I'm gonna go do day stuff. That's what I do. Wow. Yeah, you don't have to go to Don Quixote if you're at the waterfall. Though I am out of stuff for dinner. Alright, good night, everybody. Peace. Next week, I refuse. I refuse to go to a clinic on Saturday. I made too much progress yesterday. I'm not going to a clinic on Saturday. I'm going to cancel that appointment. I'm going to stream on Saturday morning. And I'm going to tell you about how you can watch it on Friday night in a little card really soon. Good evening. Good